Straight out of Kensington, where everybody calls Zombieland, Skrilla been making noise different. Young Bull went from trapping on them blocks to becoming one of the realest voices out, documenting that raw street life while building his name up.
Right.
Turned out by the streets early in his life, he quickly became adjusted to how things go in the trap. He's been on both sides of the fence, not only in the sense of being a good kid and being a hoodlum, but also being a dealer and a user. This adds a more dynamic perspective to his music, and that's why he talks about it in his interviews. Having recently survived getting popped in Chicago, Skrilla is more focused than ever and ready to tell his story with no filter. So just who is Skrilla? What is Zombieland? Is he really the king of it? Will he eventually defeat his addictions? We gonna find out. So without further ado, let's skip the play and get down to business. Skrilla, born Jamal Edwards, came up in Philly's Kensington area, what will become Zombieland. Despite what you think for somebody repping that area, bro had a different foundation. His pops, black, his mom's straight Mexican from Texas. They linked up in college. Truth is, Skrilla had some solid parents though. Most people wouldn't guess it from his image. His pops was extra heavy on making sure that he stayed straight. Had him playing every sport out there. Back then, Young Bull was deep into basketball, playing AAU and traveling around the world. Man was so nice with it, every trophy he touched was an MVP.
Traveled around the world playing basketball when I was younger.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, every trophy I ever got is an MVP trophy. Like, I was really good in basketball. But somehow, though, like, the streets just got to me, though, at an early age.
Being the oldest of his siblings, he got a brother and a sister, Skrilla had both parents in his life, even though they wasn't together. His pops had different dreams for him, though. Wanted him to be something like a lawyer, stayed on his case about it, too. Pops was real good like that, always pushing him to do better.
Really wants me to be like
and became a junkie.
Like, my pop
but
real good pop.
He making money.
He really, like, on my ass to...
But check this, even with all that good foundation, with parents who went to college and tried to keep him straight, Young Bull was still drawn to the streets. He was rocking Abercrombie back then, had a regular life at home, and that once he hit them blocks, it was a different story. Before he was Skrilla the rapper, Young Bull was heavy into his fits. Fashion was his thing back then. He was all about them clothes and moving that dog food on the block. That's what got him going, getting fly and trapping. But living in Kensington, Zombieland as he calls it, ish is different. Even with all them trophies and that stable home life, the streets was right there. The way it worked in Kensington was simple. You step outside, either just telling your mom you headed to the park, you was gonna end up trapping.
Yo, I'm about to go to the park. If you're going outside, you're going to trap.
Really?
Yeah, and by the time you're going in with some money.
That's how it was back then. Even with his pops trying to keep him straight with sports and his mom holding him down, once you step outside, that's a whole different world. But Skrilla's different from them other cats from his area. He had options, he had achievements, and something to lose. Still chose the streets though. That's just how powerful that pull was in Kensington. Alright, let me break down how Skrilla got into them streets. Young Bull jumped off the porch around that time that most cats really want to join JV basketball.
Like 14, 15.
Okay.
Like around that bracket right there, like 14, 15. But like really jumping off the porch though.
The reason was simple to him. He wanted money. He wanted a different type of lifestyle. A regular route wasn't cutting it for him in his mind.
You know, you always hanging around. That's what I was hanging around. And I wanted money. Yeah, I wanted a different type of lifestyle.
Down in Kensington, that trap life was like a sport to them young bulls. Money was flowing different, way more than it is now. Every block was open back then. Everybody had their own block, and that's just how things were. Even with good folks at the crib, that street pool was different for Skrilla. It came down to not having the stuff he really wanted, knowing there was a way to get it. By 18, Young Bull was so deep in that life, he got dog food tatted on his face. That wasn't just some random tat either. It represented everything he was about at the time. I got dope tatted on my face, dog food tatted on my face. For real, he said.
Yeah, that's where I come from though, bro.
Right.
Like, that's all I know. That's where I come from. Look, I got dope tatted on my face, dog food tatted on my face.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I got dog food tatted on my hand and everything.
Oh.
What's wild is how Skrilla talks about them days. He says they were fun, the best time of his life when he was young. Back then, if you told your moms you was going to the park, by the time you came back in, you was coming in with some bread. That's just how it was in Kensington. Wasn't no avoiding it. And check this, them days was different from how Kensington is now. Back then, the fiends wasn't like they are today. They was actually clean, holding down jobs, driving nice whips. Sometimes they'd even rent cars off the fiends, give them a bundle for their ride and keep it for a day or two. Sometimes just keep it and never give it back. But the street life, it came with his own price tag. While Skrilla was getting his bread and living how he wanted, ish started changing. When you deep in them trenches of Kensington, sometimes you end up playing both sides, from serving, also to catching habits. Skrilla ain't holding back nothing about the Zombieland lifestyle and what was going down. He explained that it's really, really raw. When they ask him about being high in interviews, he straight up says, I'm a zombie too. No cap, just facts. Down in Kensington, what everybody calling Zombieland is different from everywhere else. When Skrilla talks to people from other places, they all say the same thing. Nothing compares to what's going down there. It's on a whole nother level. What's wild is about 60% of them zombies out there ain't even from Philly. They come from all over to see how crazy it is, just from the internet. When it comes down to his situation, Skrilla keeps it 100 about his struggles. He admits that he abuses substances as well and that they've been slowing him down, real talk. But he sees a way out. He says when he finally gets the recognition he really wants, that's when he gonna make that change. Come out suited up in a tuxedo, a whole new man.
You feel like you'll ever quit then?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I just waiting on that moment though, when I like get the recognition I really want. Then I'm like, boom. Yeah though, suited, oh, you know what I'm saying, tuxedo. Change though, damn, even like damn.
In Kensington though, they got new problems like elephant tranquilizers, crocodile tranquilizers, and all of that.
What?
Skrilla says that the stuff be eating people's skin up, having them sleeping all day. But check this. Even while he dealing with his own stuff, he's still holding down others. Rico Havoc shouted him out for helping his addiction issues, and that's the realness. Even while fighting his own demons, he tried to help other people with
And Doug.
You'll be back! Emus can't
with theirs.
Don't
Right
we
now,
all?
Skrilla says he's functioning, but he also real about how that mess is expensive and dangerous. To him, it's personal, just something slowing down the life that he really wants to live. That's the real thing about Skrilla's whole situation and the substances, both the selling and the using side. He ain't sugarcoating nothing, just telling it like it is about his life in Zombieland and how it's affecting everything, even while he trying to make it in the rap game. After all the chaos he been through, he stepped in the rap game heavy in 2022. He came through and switched the whole game up, bringing that Philly drill wave, taking that regular drill sound and flipping it with a raw Philly flavor, a more darker flavor. When he first touched down in the rap game, he dropped Thriller in 2022, letting everybody know he wasn't playing. But check this, 2023 was when he really started cooking. He dropped 2 whole tapes back to back, Gemini Season and Santos, even one showing how he was leveling up his sound. 2024, man, bruh been going crazy. He dropped Zombie Love, Kensington Paradise, and Underworld through Priority Records. But them singles though, Blotta Dida Die and Goddamn, had the streets on lock, showing everybody what that real Philly drill sound was about.
That's
What
all
makes
you need
Skrilla
is them
different is how
2
he
hot
moves with the
top
flow.
hitters.
He got a woozy swerving style that nobody really touching. He ain't just rapping about the Zombieland life, he painting the whole picture with his sound. Speaking of sound, you see, this is where things get a little ugly and become a cause for a beef. It all started in an interview where
Look at
Skrilla
that
was talking
watch.
about how
I'm
he
looking
started the
wild.
dark beats being used in Philly.
Like that dirt shit though. Like I started that shit though. Ain't nobody was on that type shit. Them beats that I be doing, ain't nobody do that shit. I just be looking for like some different shit that like ain't nobody using yet. Like ain't no shit like niggas that's not like there's like what the like how you gonna rap on that shit?
This is where his homie and Philly rapper OT7 Quani decided to speak up and shoot down Skrilla's claims, and it sparked a bunch of BS.
Skrilla, you ain't start nothing. Stop lying in them interviews. You used to go in the stew and look up Kwani type beats. I'm tired of you lying. Stop bluffing. Your producer stole my producer's whole sound. And you won't drop that video cause I
This
made you
guy
look
always-
terrible on your own song.
After this, of course, Skrilla responded in order to attempt to set the record straight.
Why you start hating so early in the morning? It's 9 in the morning. What made you wake up and be mad about the way I pop it? You don't rap nothing like this, young boy. You study me. I know what goes down in them vehicles. It's level to this, baby Pluto.
Fortunately enough, after months of going back and forth, it has been confirmed by Skrilla that they are in fact cool and everything is squashed. The current days of constant rap beef has caused many listeners and fans to not take the squashing of beef seriously. But at the moment, we just gotta take the man at his word.
Me and Kwani cool. Me and Kwani that shit.
You squashed it? Well, that's good. That's good for the future of Philly right there.
Yeah.
You might be trolling me, but you know.
No, we cool.
You squashed it? How did that happen?
We just talk. We cool though.
And there you have it, huh, man? Hopefully, they get back in the booth and get it popping. But while everything was looking up for him, out of nowhere, bang, literally. September 27th, 2024, stuff got real for Skrilla. That's when the streets reminded him just how dangerous the life can be. Skrilla pulled up to Chicago to link with some friends and hit the studio. What went down after that was crazy. The moment he stepped out the studio, bullets started flying.
Right.
But he tells it all happened so fast. He went in, made some music, stepped out, then bang. Next thing he knew, a bullet went clean through his thigh.
And, you know, I think there was a short period of time people were like, are we gonna, number one, return back to the streets? Because
I know this man ain't got no blonde hair in his
head. The situation was no
head.
joke. About 60 shots rang out, hitting like 4 or 5 people.
Crazy.
His whip got hit up too. Both front tires was flat. And what make things even crazier is when they tried to get to the hospital, the first spot they hit, it was abandoned, straight up closed down. Had the GPS another spot like 15 minutes away while he bleeding out. Legs stuck straight, he couldn't even bend it. When they asked if he was somewhere where he shouldn't have been, Skrilla ain't make no excuses. He said he was exactly where he wanted to be, but he learned from it though. After that, he said he ain't hitting up no more studios nowhere but Zombieland. He called it a wake-up call, something that he needed to tighten up his movement. But check this, Skrilla ain't let that event stop him. A month later, he was back in Chicago staying out with his brother Big Op. He got family out there, aunts, uncles, cousins, cribs to go to and everything. When the police tried to press him up about who did it, he kept it simple. He told them he ain't know nothing. He ain't even from there. Now, if you're asking what's happening recently, Young Bull been going crazy still. He hit Morris College and had the joint turned up stupid. He even touched down in Atlanta and them folks was trying to show mad love. Had Skrilla shook how they was turned up for him out there. That was the first time that he really been outside of Zombieland heavy. Besides them quick moves to Miami every blue moon. Even though he moving around more, Skrilla ain't never left Kensington behind. He still be out there heavy documenting that zombie life. That's my hood. I'm good over there, he says. Even the cops F with him different out there now. They seen his whole come up.
They do their job, but they fuck with me though, like they find me entertaining too. Like, you know, I ain't really doing this bad shit that I was doing before, so.
He got them live Johns set up in Kensington now, letting everybody see what's really popping in them streets, no filter. This dropped a big-ass vlog showing the real deal about what's going on out there and had the mayor and them trying to clean everything up for the cameras, but Skrilla making sure everybody can see what's really good in them streets. When people start running their mouth about him moving to Beverly Hills or some bougie part of Atlanta or Houston, Skrilla shut that down quick. He said he ain't even on that type of time yet. He ain't out there serving no work no more, but he's still in them trenches, still posted up with his people, keeping that same energy. That's what's good with Skrilla right now. He taking his rap career to the next level, but ain't never fronting on his roots in Zombieland. He's showing them you can get the bag without switching up. You can make it without acting brand new. Ain't gotta change up.
But hey, man, there's certain things you gotta change. But hey, if he feels like that's his spot and that's just what it is, that's just what it is right there for him. I salute him.